Welcome back to the channel. As you can tell by the title and thumbnail, we're going to be taking a look at a stub making method for Diamond Dynasty and MLB The Show 25. With all of the best cards currently being in collections, that puts a premium on stubs. So let's take a look at the best way, in my opinion, to get stubs currently in the game. So we can take a look here on the screen. I'm hovering over the Diamond Quest game mode. It is a single player game mode. And in my opinion, I think this is the best way to make stubs in Diamond Dynasty at the moment. For those who have not played this game mode yet, it is essentially a game mode where you're going to play two games that will ultimately give you rewards. You can see the rewards here on the screen. They can vary from packs or these diamond players, but essentially the game mode is a single player map, as you can see here, with all of these spaces, and each space has a potential for a mini challenge that you can play through. If successful in the mini challenge, it will increase your likelihood of getting the rewards from the two stadium challenges. As you can see on the top left and top right of the map, there are the stadium challenges for this given map. And for each stadium challenge, you're going to get two potential rewards. One's going to be a rare reward and the other one's going to be epic. And as you can see, there are varying percentages for each difficulty you play on for each of the rewards. So the rare reward is more likely to get, and as you play a higher difficulty, the more likely you are to actually receive that reward upon winning the challenge. And then the epic reward is more likely the more expensive reward or the more coveted reward. So your percentages aren't going to be as high, but if you really do want that reward, I would recommend playing the mini challenges, which will give you percentage boost to each of the difficulties to make it more likely to achieve. So now that we've kind of done a brief overview of what the Diamond Quest game mode is, let's take a look at the 5 maps that I think are the most valuable in doing in terms of the rewards. So we've got this first one here that the rare reward is going to be a ball and it's a habit pack for each of the stadium challenges. And then you will have the opportunity to get a Josh Young or Adam Ottavino card. Then you've got the Easter egg map, which the rare reward will be an egg. The eggs aren't as valuable once you collect the eggs for the collection, but there is an exchange for them for a silver player pack. So there's a little bit of value there. And then you've got Ricky Henderson and Lucas Urseg for the epic rewards. Then you've got the Shane McClanahan and Anthony Rizzo map. Again, similar to the first one. The rare reward is a ballin' is a habit pack, and the epic is either the Shane McClanahan card or the Anthony Rizzo card. And then the fourth one is going to be the New Threads map, where the rare reward is the Jason Hayward or Jake Berger New Thread card, and the epic is going to be the Willie Adames and Walker Buehler cards. This one's a good one for the collection. The collection currently goes into the Scott Rowland set. So if you haven't done any of those collection cards, I would try knocking this one out to work your way towards that. But these cards are worth quite a bit as well because they go into that set for Scott Rowland. And then the last map will be the Garrett Crochet and Bryson Stott map, like some of the other ones. The rare reward is a ball and is a habit pack, and then the epic rewards is the Crochet and Stott cards. I did go through and do a run through of each of the maps, so you'll see those highlights popping up on the screen here, and then we'll go and walk through the details for each map as well as the potential stubs from the rewards. Alright, so we got a little voiceover going here as we have some of the highlights from my playthroughs of the map going on. Again, we're going to be going over some of the data points here with the maps. We'll be going over the total play time that it took for each map, the mini games that are offered for each map, as well as the value you get from the rewards. And then I'll give a little bit of a mini ranking as I'm going through them, but I won't give away which one is my favorite. I will save that one for the end of the video. But we're going to start off with the Bryson Stott and Garrett Crochet map. That one took me an hour, 2 minutes, and 59 seconds to play through. So a little over an hour there. And then there are 16 mini games in total offered. 12 of them are challenges, which are the squares that have the versus symbol on them. Again, these are situational. So you're looking at like situations where it might ask you to strike out a batter or get a hit or a home run or, maybe save the game, stuff like that. That is relatively quick to play through. And then you've got the mini bosses. There were 4 on this map. And these are just situational spots where you're dropped in the bottom of the 9th and you might be down 1 run or you're down 4 runs with guys on base and you're given anywhere from 8 to 12 outs in the inning to try and come back and win the game. These take a little longer depending on the situation, but they don't take all that long. But overall, rewards-wise, the rare rewards are the Ballin' is a Habit packs. Again, if you are a fan of packs, then this is a big plus for you. These packs do have a decent chance at a diamond. From what I've seen online and my experience with them, they are pretty notorious for just giving out gold, so not a ton of value in these packs. If you pull a gold, it could be at the bottom end, you're looking at 600 stubs or so. But you could also pull a Shohei Ohtani, which is going for 500,000 stubs. So there's the big boomer bust potential there. And then our epic rewards were the Bryson Stott and Garrett Crochet cards. Stott's selling for about 11,000 stubs, and Crochet's going for roughly 8,000 stubs. So overall, rewards-wise from this one, you're looking at about 19 to 20,000 stubs and 2 Ballin' is a Habit packs. Then second, we've got the new threads map. This one took me roughly 56 minutes and 45 seconds to play through. So just under an hour there. There were 19 total mini games offered. 14 of them were challenges, and the other 5 were the mini bosses. The rewards from this one, the rare rewards, you're looking at the Jason Hayward and Jake Berger cards. And then epic-wise, you're looking at Walker Buehler and Willy Adames. Jason Hayward and Jake Berger both sell for about 6,000 to 6,500 stubs. Walker Buehler's going for about 12,500 stubs, and Willy Adames is selling for about 11,000 stubs. So in total, you're looking at roughly 35,000 stubs from the 4 players in this one. Again, it took me under an hour to get through the map. So if you told me you could get 35,000 stubs in an hour or just under an hour, I would jump at that opportunity every time. So I would place this just above the Bryson Stott and Garrett Crochet map for the 2 that we've looked at already. Then the third map is the Shane McClanahan and Anthony Rizzo map. This one took me 59 minutes and 20 seconds to play through. There are 18 total mini games offered, 13 of which are challenges and 5 are the mini bosses. The rewards for this one, rare, you're looking at the Ballin' is a Habit, so big boomer bust opportunity again there. And then our epic rewards is the McClanahan and Rizzo cards. McClanahan is selling for about 12,000 stubs. Rizzo is going for about 14,000 stubs. So in total with this map, you're looking at 2 Ballin' is a Habit packs and 26,000 stubs if you are able to get all of the rewards when you play through it. I would personally rank this one just above the Bryson Stott and Crochet map. Again, it didn't take as long and you're getting a little bit more out of the cards from the epic rewards. So this one ranks above that one, but I still think it's a little below the new threads. Then taking a look at our 4th map, it is the Ricky Henderson and Lucas Urseg map that came out with the Easter program. This one took me the longest of any of them to play through at an hour and 5 minutes and 33 seconds. There are 19 mini games offered, 14 of which are challenges. There are 5 mini bosses. And rewards-wise, the rare rewards you're looking at, 2 of the Easter eggs. These were cool for the collection. It definitely helps to get these for the collection if you haven't already. But then there isn't really any value to them once the collection is done. There is an exchange for these eggs that you can exchange each one for a silver player pack. Again, the silver player packs aren't worth a ton. There is an opportunity to pull something big out of them. Earlier this year, I pulled a Jose Ramirez out of one of these packs, which I do have a short on. So if you're curious about that, you can check that one out. But so that, I mean, that Jose Ramirez card sold for 150K out of a silver pack was huge. So again, there's very small chance you pull that type of card out of the pack. So more likely than not, you're gonna pull, a card that's worth 100 or 200 stubs. So not really much value there. And then the two epic players are Ricky Henderson and Lucas Erceg. These sell for actually a decent amount. Ricky Henderson goes for about 15,000 stubs, and Lucas Erceg sells for about 17,500 stubs. So in total, you're looking at the two eggs, which probably are going to get exchanged for the silver player packs, and then roughly 32 to 33,000 stubs. So this one, I mean, it's up there. It's definitely not like, hey, this is obviously the last one to choose from, because you're still getting a little over 30,000 stubs from the players. But I would put this at the bottom just because of the lack of value in the eggs once you had the collections done. And then our fifth and final map is the Josh Young and Adam Ottavino map. This one was the fastest for me to play through of the five at 49 minutes and 44 seconds. There were 17 mini games offered, 12 of which were challenges, and 5 were mini bosses. The rare rewards are the Ball is a Habit packs, so we've got that going for quite a few of these. And then the epic rewards were the Josh Young card, which is actually a really solid card. I have him in my lineup right now in the 4 spot. He has a lot of power against lefties and quite a bit against righties. I think it's like almost 120 power versus left and almost 90 versus right. So he is definitely a usable card there if you play through and get him. But he is selling for 11,000 stubs roughly at the moment. And then Adam Ottavino is going for about 15,000 stubs. Again, solid bullpen arm. I do have him in my pen right now, so he is a usable card as well. But overall, rewards-wise, you're looking at about 26,000 stubs and 2 Ballin' is a Habit packs in total. So again, this one's kind of up there with the Stott and Crochet map. It's above the Henderson and Erceg map, but I don't love this one. Again, time-wise, you can consider it just because was the quickest one for me to get through. So if you're trying to speed run these to get the players and packs and stubs, then you might want to go with this one. But if you're looking for total value, I don't think that one is your best bet. Now that we've kind of highlighted all of the data points and the price of each of the prizes, I do think any of the 5 maps are worth doing. You're going to get a similar worth from all of them if you do get the rare and epic rewards from both of the challenges. So they're definitely worth doing, and they're time constraint. I mean, they're all going to take right around an hour there to get through the entire map, and then each of the stadium challenges will take around 15 minutes or so. So I think time-wise, you're looking at the same for each of them. It's just kind of where's your emphasis on the cards you want. Like maybe you want to add cards to your team, or you're truly just looking for stubs. Personally, my preferred map is the New Threads map. I am working towards that Scott Rowland card, and I think those have the most value with them going into that set. So that's the one that I've been grinding. But again, it's totally up to you, whichever one you think is most worth the time. And feel free to leave in the comments which one you're grinding through or which one you think makes the most sense. I'm curious to get all of your opinions on that. Again, like I said, the New Threads map is the one that I've been working through. I might start bouncing back and forth just to test it out and see if other ones make more sense. But for the last, week or so, I've been doing New Threads, and it's been working out pretty well for me. And then to wrap up, this is only one of the ways you can make stubs. I will be coming out with more videos in the future to go over stub making methods. But this one is personally my favorite because it allows you to actually play the game, and you're getting cards that you can actually put in your team or you can sell for stubs, as well as the opportunity for packs, which is always fun. And you also get to collect XP for the, I think we're in the third inning now. So third inning reward path for XP. And then the packs are always fun to open up at the end too. As you can see, I've got over 150 standard packs, 20 plus ball into habit packs, and then a lot of miscellaneous packs going through here. So it's always fun to do these big pack openings, and by grinding through the Diamond Quest, you're not only getting packs from that game mode, but you're also getting packs from the XP rewards and all the programs. So definitely a plus there. I'd appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. Again, I'm going to be coming out with more videos like this, as well as no money spent videos. I'm currently working my way towards Scott Rowland and Carlos Beltran, so stay on the lookout for those. Also, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button, because it lets me know that I should keep putting out content and videos like this. And with that being said, I will see everyone in the next video.